In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all a stock that is about to make a massive move very soon, and why y'all should keep it in your watch list. We're also going to look at some of the stocks that I've mentioned in the last video, along with doing an overview on what's going on with the indices. Alright, y'all, let's dive into it right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ futures, and right now it's still at that, it's still trading at that critical level. I drew that red band, I believe, after this day, after the 7th, and we're still showing small dojis and moving sideways. There really isn't too much opportunity for too much day trading opportunity when these candles are that small for the Nasdaq. The only two outliers that that I saw today was on IWM. All right, this one on the daily chart, it's been showing small candles, but today the candle kind of got bigger. Even the volume started to increase. It's curling around the daily time frame. One thing that I do want to discuss with IWM is that it's been trading under 210 for the past like 2 years. Okay, so this is a major level of resistance right here. Set a whole lot of alerts, that way you don't miss out when we finally break out of there. All right, like a lot of investors, a lot of buyers have been piling in these levels right here between 170 and 200. Eventually it's going to test it again. I don't know exactly when it's going to test it again. That's why I'm telling y'all to put out alerts on the charts, that way you can get notified and that way the bells can ring when we get to that point. But right now, I mean, it's still showing strength. It was in that outlier, this one along with the Dow Jones. And with the Dow Jones, I had the structure, I drew the structure on the seconds before the pop, before this thing popped. I think it went up because of Apple earnings. I believe it was Apple earnings that caused this. All of the indices actually gapping up on that day. And right now it's still climbing up. I have an alert right at 395 because I thought at the time that it was going to be the high for the Dow Jones, but I may be wrong, and it could go just a little bit higher towards 398 before we see some type of turbulence and before we see a pullback with the Dow Jones. All right, so something to definitely keep in your mind are the industrial stocks, the stocks that make the stocks that move the Dow Jones, like your Lowe's, your HD, your Caterpillars, these stocks. All right, keep your eyes on them. Now the first stock, or the stock that is about to make a huge move very soon, that stock is HES. All right, now I want to share HES with you guys because of this. There's two reasons. Number one, if you look at how the stock behaves throughout the past 4 to 5 years, it's been uptrending. Every single dip, major dip, get bought up. All right, and we move in this trend right here. Okay, so now I'm looking to I'm sharing this stock with you guys for this simple reason right here. We're going to erase this and we're gonna switch over to the 4-hour. Yeah, so there is a bullish pennant on there that I believe is done cooking. It's like it's right on time, I think. All right, so it's there and it's finally getting out during the after hour session. So for tomorrow, put an alert right at 161 and patiently wait for that bell to ring, hopefully with some solid volume, and we might see the stock run to 168 very soon, either at some point by like Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Okay, so that's my thoughts on HES. It's a very simple structure. What you want to see is, best case scenario is for the stock to actually close at like 162 tomorrow. That way we see some strength and some continuation here. Best case scenario. All right, so definitely keep this one in your watch list. Now, I did say one stock, but there is another stock. That one isn't showing structure, but it's at a level that is looking pretty promising, and that's Starbucks. Now, Starbucks had earnings, and it didn't do too well through earnings. The stock got demolished all the way down to 73. And that level is where the stock was during the crash of 2022. It went all the way back down there just to retest that level. And right now, it didn't really touch it, but it's in a buy range, especially for long-term investors who like to buy Starbucks stocks. All right, this is at a major discount. The stock is down by, let's say, 50%, 42%. All right, so keep your eyes on it. Eventually, it's gonna show something promising. Obviously, the gap on the left, that's going to get filled at some point in time. I don't know when that's going to get filled. That's why you got to look for intraday clues and structures. These make things a bit easier to know exactly where things are going to go. All right. Now, the next stock that we're going to look at, this is an update. We got to look at what happened in Roblox. Again, this is evidence that holding through earnings is gambling. The structure was bullish, but the reaction and the outcome didn't validate the structure, which I did warn you guys about, which is why I tell you guys that holding through earnings is gambling. I wasn't expecting this type of drop. I really wasn't. I was hoping for an opening at 42, and then I woke up and then I saw this and I was like, not it. All right, so when these things happen, you just have to pretty much just wait. Or if you're a long-term investor, this is at a solid discount for you. But I do think the stock is going to trade sideways for quite some time before finally climbing back up again. All right, this is a nasty reaction. The stock dropped by 22% in one day. So not good. Not a good time. All right. Now, the next stock, somebody asked me in the comment section to look at Nike. All right, and with Nike, I shared this one a long time ago. I believe about a month ago on earnings day, or the night of earnings day, the afternoon. All right, and I told you how to watch it for a drop to 90. It got to 90, and it's been chilling in that range for a whole month. It's like it's in a stalemate, and this is the type of price action that I'm expecting for Roblox. All right. I expect the stock to go nowhere for months before eventually it decides to make up its mind. Let's see if... Okay, that's just a level of support at the bottom. Will it reach it? I can't tell you for sure. I don't know for sure. All right, I don't see... At least whatever the stock is trying to show us is not complete. So I can't really make a move on it. So I would just say be patient. When the time comes to actually take a trade on it, where it will be a bit more obvious in which direction the stock is going to go, I'm gonna do an update on the stock, whether it wants to pop here to take care of this gap or retest supports. All right, but the stock gotta make up its mind. Right now, I just see absolutely nothing. Therefore, I'm not trading it, and the candles are small anyway, so I need to see something change here. Now, the next one that somebody asked me to discuss is Palantir, right? And Palantir is, I told you I'll watch it for a drop to 20 bucks through after earnings. It dropped, yes, and then it just kept dropping and trading sideways. One thing that y'all should keep in mind is that it's showing us a bunch of dojis. It's slowly making lower lows, but it's right along support. So watch it for a potential reversal at some point. I haven't seen a major, we still haven't seen something really break through here. We haven't seen that. So as long as you keep teasing and just showing these tiny little wicks, I'm talking about these right here, these right there, and these right here. there's always a chance for us to see a major gap up and a reversal on this one. All right, so just be cautious, be careful, and look for intraday opportunities for it. I don't know when it's gonna turn around. I'm not trading this thing. The candles are small, and I'm patiently waiting just like the rest of you. All right, so that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Okay, do not forget to annihilate the like button. As always, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, so definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way you get notified when I release these videos. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community, we can get all of this information in real time as I see them. You can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Don't forget to follow me on social media at NGumah and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in Sunday night's video.